Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Loving Life Freely here on YouTube. Sorry. I was gonna wear that, but yeah, decided not to. How are y'all doing today? Welcome back. I'm so glad to be here with you guys. This is our reseller chat. I'm no longer saying weekly because I'm not doing the weekly now. I did reach out to you guys and see. I've been enjoying doing the chats weekly, but I have found that sometimes those weeks there is good stuff going on, but sometimes it feels like weekly was too much, and just doing bi-weekly is good. And some other people also reached out saying, yeah, if I can say it, bi-weekly would be great. If you're brand new here, first of all, welcome to you. If you're brand new to reselling, welcome to the community. This is where we come on here and we talk literally anything, all things reselling. And obviously we didn't do last week. We are doing bi-weekly. So this week is the week. So welcome to this week's reseller chat. And we have some humdingers, I think, to talk about this week. Just things that I'm running into, changes that I've made. A lot has changed since I've talked to y'all. And I'm going to dive into all of that. I may need to put some reading glasses on. Guys, I've been trying to not use reading glasses again. I actually used to use them all the time, but I'm having to get back to reading with them again. So anyway, if you see me putting glasses on, that's why. Stay tuned, guys. We got some really great stuff to talk about today. And some things that might help you make more sales. Okay, guys? So stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so I know I've mentioned that before, more ways to make sales, and I'm telling you, I am all about doing any research, watching any video, and getting any tips and tricks that people have for making more sales, right? Especially right now with it's still been slow. I am still making good sales, don't get me wrong. But I am not up to what I was doing even like back in May and June before the summer slowdown hit. And I am working vigorously on trying to get back up to what I was doing previously. So I am always on board, no matter where you are with your sales, how well things are doing and not doing, tweaking and changing and growing things. Before we dive into all that great stuff, you guys, we're going to be talking about some different brands and trends. And I brought my water with me. My life update that I told you guys, I did an unboxing, and you'll see those videos coming down the pike. Plus the reseller, not the reseller chat, the What's So video that's coming out this week, guys. It's got some good stuff in it. So between unboxings, the reseller chat bi-weekly, I'm still trying to get some interviews going. I just have to have time to get things set up with that. I am planning on doing that. And I also have something else turning back here that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention. But let's start off with just an update. I'm trying not to sit too close to the camera because my eyes just kind of bug out when I'm too close. And because I have to do reading glasses when I read, so when I get too close to the camera, my eyes just kind of bug out. Okay, so update. And I did write some notes so I don't forget, because there have been times I say I'm going to share this in the update and then I forget to get to some topics. First of all, we're doing great here. Things are really good here. We've been in the process of kind of winterizing our house. Y'all know if you don't know, but some of you who've been following me kind of from the beginning or like even the middle of the beginning, my husband and I live in an old home. It's an 1897 Victorian home, which means, and I'm not saying this to brag by any means, I'm just sharing with you, this is how old our house is. This house was actually one of the original homes built in our town when it was established. It was built in 1897, and yes, it is still standing. Yes, it needs work, but this house is one of the most solid houses we have ever lived in. Even the inspector was like, wow, this is just a really solid house. Original woodwork, original glass stained windows, just beautiful original flooring and trim work and all that. We just absolutely love this house. But with old houses comes older windows and that sort of thing. And previous owners did not invest in updating the windows around here. And honestly, the windows in our house have the pulley system, where you have the rope cord set inside the window frame, and there's got the weight in it. The weight lifts the window. The problem is because the house is so old, some of these don't have actually the pulley system inside of it. And some of them we have actually fixed up and repaired. Some of them actually do work. But the other issue we have is because the windows are so old, they haven't been updated. And because of that, we get a lot of airflow that comes in, especially upstairs here in my studio. Even if I have a heater on, the heat goes out the window. And if it's cold, all the air comes in. And if it's hot, I have no circulation through here. So even if I have a fan running, it gets very muggy because there's no circulation. We eventually do want to put a fan up here, but of course, I'm probably going into too much detail for you guys. You're probably not interested in all this. My point is that downstairs, I mainly work downstairs now because whether it's hot up here and it's too hot, or it's really cold during the winter season because it does get super cold up here, we don't have the ability to really winterize these windows yet. We winterize the 2 windows downstairs where I mainly work. We've been working on that. Plus, we've been working on getting our truck back up and running. We've had some things with that. So we're working on that. So we've been really busy winterizing and preparing for the winter season. We've already started getting chillier weather. We've been down in the mid to high 40s at night, and like between 70s and 80s during the day. So it's definitely dropped in temp. We were like in the high 80s and 90s and even up to around 100, not even a couple weeks ago. So our temps have dropped quite a bit, which it does that around here. And when it's cold, it jumps up 20 degrees and it kind of comes back down and slowly moves its way up. During the going into cold season, it drops down a little bit and it kind of levels out, and then it starts to stagger, come down. We're in the process where it kind of came down a little bit, and it's chilly in the morning. It's like 40s and 50s in the morning. So you're definitely wearing like a jacket, sweatshirt, and then it warms up to like the high 70s and 80s and gets very warm and muggy again. So we're kind of in that transition. So we're kind of been working on that, as well as me busy working my business. Now, to give you a little bit more of an update, and this incorporates in with just my personal life too, not personal life, so to speak, my daily routine. A lot has changed since I talked to you guys 2 weeks ago. One, I'm no longer doing kids' clothes. I still have kids' clothes. And the things that are currently listed, I'm still selling. In fact, I just sold a great kids piece this last week, a couple days ago, that shipped out and made great profit on it. So anything that I currently have listed will still sell. But I have literally hundreds of pieces of kids inventory. I've decided no longer do lives right now. My husband and I talked about it. And I think I shared this in, in my What Sold last week. My husband and I talked about it, and now that he is working full time and we have income coming in, he doesn't want me working quite so hard. And honestly, I'm actually really relieved about that. He didn't want me working that hard anyway, but I've just really been working on, you know how it is when you're building up a business, you just have to invest in it, right? And you not just financially, but in time-wise. And I honestly do enjoy what I do. But the other aspect of it is, you guys, I am naturally a homemaker. I was home with my kids, raising my kids, taking care of the home, making the meals, running the errands, doing all that. That's what I do. And I also love ministry with other women in my church. So I kind of miss being that, even though I really enjoy doing what I do here with the business. And I was actually kind of brought it to my husband's attention. I kind of like to get back to the homemaking aspect of who I am, which I haven't had a lot of time for because I've been doing this 12, 14 hours a day. So now that we're kind of pulling back, I talked with him the other day and he's like, you know what? Absolutely. We need more balance for you. Because I miss you being in the kitchen and doing those things. I miss you, being more available for me if we want to do some stuff at night. And he said, I just don't want you working so hard. The reason why I cut out kids' clothes is because kids' clothes are great. I've told you guys before, I really do enjoy selling kids' clothes. I love providing moms with a good price on kids' clothes. My challenge that I'm running into is because I'm trying to work smarter in my business. Kids' clothes do sell, but the profit, the majority of the kids' clothes that do sell compared to adult clothes that sell, it's just not the same. We all know that. And on my lives, on Poshmark, the issue I was running into is the Poshmark fee. Now, your Poshmark fee changes a little bit if you sell more than one item to one person. That fee does change a little bit, but you're still only making very, very little money, even though you're making good profit because your COG stays low. Well, for me, my COG was really low. I have to sell a lot of items to really make good profit on kids shows, guys. And even on Whatnot, it's still, if I'm only selling a piece for like $3 or $4, I have to sell a lot of items to make a lot of sales on a show. And even if I do the buy it nows, I have to be selling at least 20 or 30 pieces in one show for it to be worth my time and investment. Loading everything and doing all this. And Dan's like, stop. Just stop. So he's like, I just want you to make it easier for yourself. And I'm not going to step away from YouTube, guys. I really, really enjoy YouTube, not just for me, the learning and sharing with you guys, but also part of this is my interaction with you guys. And I really, really enjoy this. I not only give to you guys, hopefully, but I receive a lot from you guys too in this community doing YouTube. And I don't want to cut that off. Between my videos and other people's videos, I learned so much from you guys doing my videos, watching other videos, reading other comments on other videos, people responding to my comments on other videos. There's so much great in the reseller community on YouTube, and I don't want to cut that off. In fact, I'm hopefully going to be expanding that, and I'll share that in a minute. Not with reselling, but anyway. So I have a ton of kids' clothes. Now, a lot of it's going to go to buy, sell, trade. We're going to be making some trips into Sioux Falls. And honestly, when I go to buy, sell, trade, I usually almost at least double my money on most of my items. And a lot of the stuff that I have, some of it I'll just make my money back because of my con. And that's fine. But most of it is pieces where I can probably get anywhere from $1.50 to $2 or maybe even $3 on a piece. So I told my husband, I just want to start making trips to buy, sell, trade, flush out a lot of inventory at one time. And if you guys are interested, if you're interested in boxes of kids' clothes, because I know a lot of you do sell kids' clothes. I have a lot of it. I had one gal that I reached out to, and she was looking for some specific brands. My problem is, right now with my schedule, I don't have time to pick out brands. But I'm telling you, the brands that I have in my boxes, guys, and all my inventory, especially whether it's lives or just listing on platforms, it doesn't matter what the brand is. Now, she was selling at a specific site, so she was looking for specific brands, and that's fine. We chose not to go that direction, both of us, because I just have hundreds of items to go through and pick out brands. But if you're looking generically for kids' clothes, for a really good price, guys, really good price, like $1 a piece, I am more than happy to package some boxes together for anybody who's interested in kids' clothes. It will not have stains and it will not have tears. It will be pre-owned. Some of it does have new tags, but I'm literally looking, guys, just for $1 a piece, and then you pay shipping. So if you're interested in doing that, like for whether it's auctions or just selling online platforms and turning on flipping for $3 or $5 a piece, let me know on YouTube or reach out to me on Instagram. Let me know if you're interested in me. Just literally, if you're just looking for sizes, it's so much easier for me to just go through and find sizing. Or if you're just looking just generically for a bunch of kids' clothes. If you're looking for like a box of 15 or 20 or 10 or 15 kids' pieces, I can literally go and pull some great quality kids' clothes, different sizes, different brands, box it up and send it out to you via Venmo, and send it out via pirate ship, super cheap. So let me know if you're interested in that, because I know that, again, there's a lot of people on here that do sell kids' clothes. So let me know if you're interested in that. Again, some of it's going to go to buy, sell, trade, but I literally have hundreds of items of kids' clothes, guys. So it's going to take me time, even going through buy, sell, trade, to take in a couple bags each time to sell off those items. So let me know if you're interested in that. So I'm no longer doing kids' clothes, which means I'm no longer doing kids' shows, no longer doing lives. And honestly, it's given me such a relief. I was really enjoying doing lives, guys, but it was a ton of work. It was so much work because I had to sort and for whatnot, doing the bite nows and loading up each piece and doing all that and the photos, and with whatnot auction or with the Poshmark, I was doing good, but going through and spending so much time, it was just a lot of work. If anybody's ever done lives, no matter what platform you do lives on, it's just a lot of work. So I am eventually just going to completely flush out kids' clothes for the time being. I can't say what's going to be down the pike, guys, but for right now, as it stands, I don't think I'm going to pursue kids' clothes again anytime soon. And honestly, the only reason why I got into kids' clothes is because when I started my whatnot auctions last fall, I was doing women's and men's clothes. Somebody asked me if I had kids' clothes. I knew of a way to buy kids' clothes really inexpensive. And so I started doing kids auctions and including kids clothes in kids auctions. And that's how all that got started, because somebody asked me if I had kids clothes. Normally I didn't typically sell kids clothes because, again, the profit in kids clothes is so small. But if that's something you like doing, or even if you're just looking for a great price on kids clothes for your own kids, and you have sizing you're looking for, mark me up. Seriously, hit me up and reach out to me. Hey, do you have I have a lot of spring and summer still. I have a lot of fall stuff, guys. So even if you're looking for specific sizing just for your kids, hit me up on Instagram or here. Let me know what size you're looking for. I'm happy to go and let you know. Hey, I have some pieces in this size. Anyway, just let me know. So I don't want to beat the horse with that. So I'm mainly focusing on items that I can make at least $10 or $15 profit on or more. Like items that are listed at $25, because I do still have some of that right now, guys. I'm looking to make between double my cog or triple my cog. On those items, and then a lot of $35 plus listings and up. And it's starting to change, guys. It's starting to work. Now let's transition into okay, I'm trying to make sure I don't lose thought here on something I want to share with you guys. So I'm going to write a note here. Okay, so that I won't forget that. Okay, back here, I told you guys that I was going to be taking some time to go through and make sure that my inventory is listed. Now, y'all know, I mentioned, I think before, I don't know if it was the last weekly chat or my What's Up video, I transitioned from Vendoo to List Perfectly. When I did that, a lot of stuff got jumbled, okay, in the listings and being up listed, okay? And then I went from List Perfectly back to Vendoo. If you guys don't know why I switched back to Vendoo, you guys have to be watching my videos to know why. But I did switch back to Vendoo, and I do not plan to change. So I am in the process of going through all my inventory. Even if I didn't do that switch, it's really, really important to make sure all of your inventory is listed, especially if you list on eBay. Because over time, like I've mentioned in previous videos, again, if you're not watching my videos, guys, all my videos, you're missing a lot of information that's going through videos. So if you're not watching all of them, no matter what they are, I give tidbits of things in different videos, guys. So make sure you're watching everything. When you list on eBay, they will, over time, kick your eBay listing off. They will refresh it the second, I don't know how many times they go through it, but you know how it goes on for 30 days and they automatically refresh it for you? After a while, your listing gets kicked and it will no longer be listed. I have so many pieces of inventory back here that were no longer on eBay, that were kicked off, that I'm refreshing and relisting. They've already been listed. It's just in my ended listings on eBay. So everything's already done. I don't have to go through and do all those listings all over again. I just have to relist them. And also, when I went from List Perfectly to Vendoo, I made sure I delisted everything off of List Perfectly. My main platform that I kept it on was eBay. So now that everything's not on List Perfectly anymore, I'm in the process of transitioning, double checking all my listings back there to see if they're still listed on eBay. And if they aren't, I relist them again. And if they are, I transfer them from eBay over to Vendoo. Yes, you can do that. Yes, you can do that. So if you don't know how to do that yet, let me know. If you list on eBay and you want to be able to switch over to Vendoo, I will do a video on how to do that. It's super easy, guys. Super easy to transfer them. So I'm now making sure it's listed on eBay first because it's my main priority platform. And then I'm transferring it from eBay over to Vendoo and then cross-posting to the different platforms from there. So I'm in the process right now of going through all my inventory back here. Sorry, I'm hitting my plant. Make sure that everything is listed. And I had a lot of stuff that wasn't listed. So guys, no matter what platform you list on, and no matter how you keep your inventory straight, whether it's cross-listing program or anything like that, or a spreadsheet, you always want to check, and I haven't since I started, double check my inventory to make sure it's listed. So this has been a great opportunity for me to make sure I go through, since I was moving out of it List Perfectly, and I thought this is a great time to do this. And it's really been kicking my algorithm too on all my platforms. And since doing that, I decided to start relisting on Depop again. I've already made a sale. I've actually made a couple sales. I'm relisting on Depop again now, because I have a lot of inventory back here that doesn't do well on Poshmark or eBay, but those types of items can definitely do well on Depop. So I added Depop into my mix. So I'm in the process of doing all that too. Once that aspect is done, now I'm going to transition from that to a new thing I want to add. Y'all know, and I will get to the other things. This is going to be a little bit of a longer a reseller chat, guys. We're probably going to go on for about maybe 40, 50 minutes. I'm not going to take too much time, but I do want to share these things with you guys because we're going to be talking about trends and stuff too. I'm going to make this part quick. Yeah, some of you don't know this about me, but I'm huge on fitness. I'm huge on taking care of myself. I've been this way since my kids were born because my family has history of weight issues. My family has history of being really unhealthy, like really unhealthy. Heart issues, high blood pressure issues. So I have always been a proponent since my kids were little of exercising and taking care of myself. Over time and research that I've done, you guys, I have learned a lot about food. A lot. Even when my kids were growing up, I thought we ate good. We didn't at all. And I'm embarrassed to say that, but we didn't. We ate a lot of processed foods, a lot of out-of-the-box foods. One reason why back then is because honestly, that's all we could afford, raising 6 kids. But you know what? It is what it is. And even now, when my kids got older, I've always worked out, guys. I've always worked out. And over the past, I'm not saying this, guys, to brag. So please, I'm saying this humbly. But I'm saying this hopefully to encourage others of you who are like this to stay on top of it or to get started. I work out every day, and I've been doing this for a very long time. I work out every morning, 5 days a week, and then I stretch 1 day a week since I moved out here almost 2.5 years ago. Even before then, when we lived in our old house, I worked out regularly, unless I had a job. But when my kids were growing up, even if I had to be up at 4:30 in the morning to work out before my husband and my kids got going, I worked out consistently after each kid. I just didn't eat healthy back then. I worked out really hard to keep my weight and to keep myself healthy. But over the years, the research that my husband, because my husband likes eating healthy too, the research and seeing patterns and more videos now that YouTube is big, I do a ton of research on being healthy and eating healthy, taking care of myself. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning all this is now that I am a retired person, I have been able to cut back on how hard I work on my reselling business. I want to be able to start spending, I'm still going to work full-time on reselling, but I would like a lot of my time in my day during the weeks to be focused on fresh, organic, clean eating, which means I want to be able to start making things from scratch, which means making my own items that I normally would buy at the grocery store, learning how to make them from home. Now that we're doing our own garden, we have a lot of things we want to change and mix up for next year. But because of that, I want to integrate healthy eating, healthy recipes, and organic eating, learning how to make like my own shampoo from scratch instead of buying shampoos that have all the chemicals and crap in it. I don't know if y'all noticed, I stopped coloring my hair. I don't know what it was. It's been a while. It's been probably almost a year. It'll be a year this fall. I stopped coloring my hair because my husband's like, I don't want you putting those chemicals on your hair anymore. I'm just letting it all be. It is what it is. It's gray and I'm happy with it. Honestly, I just want to be natural. But that includes shampoos and conditioners and all these other things that have these horrible chemicals in it and just all this stuff. My husband and I want to slowly transition and gradually transform our house into healthy, organic, not just eating, but the things that go on our skin and all those different things. And I'm thinking about the reason why I'm mentioning all this, guys, is starting, it's not going to be right away, but I'm thinking about once I get through all this inventory and getting all that sorted out and getting my new routine, my day going, I'm going to start making my own fresh, like mayonnaise and making my own breads. And we're going to be doing more canning and dehydrating and different things like that. Like I said, making my own shampoos and just really being healthier and getting away from chemicals, processed foods, not eating packaged, but just, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about having a channel on YouTube specified in that category. So that might be coming down the pike, guys. I really enjoy YouTube. I don't know why, I just do. I enjoy sharing with you guys. And I was thinking, knowing that I'm going to be starting that journey, I would be more than happy to share with you guys when I make these things, sharing with you how I make them, the recipes, the different things that I'm doing, my workouts, how I work out, what I use when I work out, what kind of workouts I do. If you're interested in that, you guys let me know. I'm not going to do it right away. I'm thinking maybe getting through the fall season and then starting up after that, because I have some testing and different things I need to go through for making things from scratch and kind of figuring things out myself, because this is all new to me. But my workouts and all that, so I'm thinking maybe near the end of the year, after the first of the year, starting up a separate YouTube channel for just organic, healthy living, okay? So that is coming down the pipe too. So again, now that I'm not like working quite so hard on my business, there are other aspects of my life I want to tweak and change. But I told my husband about this and doing the different changes. I haven't mentioned the YouTube to him. He probably doesn't care about that. But sharing with you guys that he is so excited about doing things from scratch and more homemaking and homesteading and things like that. He is super excited about that because that is something he enjoys too. So he's very excited on board with me about all of that. Just making our own soaps and shampoos, my own laundry soap, and getting away from all the chemicals and additives and preservatives. He is super excited about all that. So that is coming down the pike, guys. I'm excited. Now, I know that doesn't have to do with reselling, but it's part of my life and things that are changing. So thank you for being gracious with me and let me explain all that. Transitioning into how my life's going to be changing down the road on top of me being a reseller. He does want me to start doing reselling because we don't think as a couple you should ever have all your eggs in one basket. You should have a diversity of income coming in. I still want to be a homemaker and being a homesteader and taking care of my family, my kitchen and my home and all that stuff with my husband and being a wife and doing those duties, but also having the reselling aspect. But because I'm not going to be working so hard on reselling, I'll have time to do those aspects too. So anyway, let's get around to trends, guys. And I might try to pop up these brands for you guys as we go along. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is trends. We are now in the fall season, y'all. I do believe fall is in like a week and a half. The fall season hits, right? How many of you guys already have the leaves falling and everything? It's kind of exciting. I'm excited for the sweater season and the bundling up with cardigans, and I love that. Okay, trends. So we're going to go through some of these trends. I went on to Poshmark this morning and looked up trends. The Poshmark does have their insider thing that came out, but I couldn't pull it up on the feed for some reason anymore. So I just wanted to go over some trends with you guys. Some of these trends surprised me. So let's take a look. These are brands, and then we're also going to go through types of items that people are looking for right now. Okay. Trends. Nike is really, really hitting right now, which surprised me. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I thought, it's so funny, I was talking about my old inventory not being listed. I've been wondering why some of my old pieces weren't getting a lot of interest. Come to find out, a lot of my old pieces just weren't listed because they were kicked off eBay. And when I delisted all of them from my platforms to take them off of List Perfectly, bring them over to eBay, a lot of my stuff back here was kicked off because it was kicked off eBay. Some of my stuff that I just refreshed last week to double check my inventory is already sold because it was put back on. Nike is probably one of those pieces. I was wondering why my Nike stuff wasn't selling because I hear a lot from resellers saying that Nike sells for them. Now, I'm not going to say that Nike's going to do really well for me, but some of my old stuff is actually starting to sell, which is great. Again, I'm going to put these brands up here so you guys can see what I'm saying because some of these words are kind of hard to say. Bohme, B-O-H-M-E, is a brand that's selling really well right now. Don't know anything about this brand, so I'm going to be looking it up and researching it and seeing what this brand is all about. Lily Pulitzer is really popular right now, which honestly does not surprise me. Lily Pulitzer is always a great brand. As long as your cog is low, always snatch up a Lily Pulitzer, guys. We all know that. Vera Moda. Again, I'll put all of them up here. Vera Moda is really popular right now and trending right now. Wave from Nordstrom would surprise me. Because when you do auctions, Wave, unless you have like a person who's got a really popular auction going on and they're buying the Nordstrom palettes, usually when I tried to sell Wave during my auctions for women's pieces, nobody was interested. But Wave is really popular right now, they were saying, according to Poshmark Trends. Dolan, which apparently I just found out recently is an anthropology brand. That is another video that I do have coming down the pike now, guys. Into the Revolves video brands, I will be doing anthropology brands. That is still coming. I know I mentioned that a long time ago. I'm still planning to do that. Michael Kors is really trending right now. Michael Kors brand. Show Me Your Mumu is really popular right now. So if you're running into Show Me Your Mumu or Michael Kors, if you guys are going to the bins, these are great brands to be looking out for if they're really trending right now. And what you can do, if you want to look this up yourself, They kind of rotate a little bit, but if you scroll down at, on your phone, when you go into Poshmark, you actually have to scroll down through some of the listings that are currently up to find like the trends and brands and all that. It's not right at the top anymore. It used to be. You have to kind of scroll down your screen a little bit to find these. But check these things out for yourself, guys. Fabletics. They had Fabletics up there, guys. I've never found the Fabletics is really popular on Poshmark. But they mentioned the Fabletics is really trending right now. That one surprised me. Okay, recommended brands. Now these are types of items in brands. Leggings are really popular right now, which doesn't surprise me because we're getting ready to go into fall season, and people don't just wear leggings for workout. People wear leggings for a daily, like this is what they wear out and about. I don't particularly do that myself. I don't wear just leggings out and about because leggings are very form-fitting. Doesn't matter what leggings you wear, guys. They're just very form-fitting. So if I wear leggings, I usually have something covering over at least my bottom because it's nobody's business what your bottom looks like. But leggings are really popular right now. I know you didn't need to know that about me, but that's what it is. Okay, so leggings are really popular right now, guys. Wearing long tunics, long like short dresses, things like that. However you want to wear them. Leggings are really trending right now going into the fall season. That didn't surprise me. Quilted coats are really trending right now. Guys, I'm already selling coats. I mentioned that in an unboxing I just did that I'm going to be posting next week or two. I'm already selling coats and sweaters, which is awesome. I had a coat that, that just sold the other day, made good profit on it. I was so excited. Okay. Vintage designer bags are really trending right now, guys. Vintage designer bags do well on Whatnot and Poshmark Lives. But apparently they're trending in listings right now too. So if you run across vintage designer bags, make sure you run your comp and double check your cog according to what's out there. I never do vintage bags, guys. It's just not my go-to. But if you are into bags and purses, definitely. If you're looking or you enjoy vintage clothes, maybe look into some vintage bags. And I know the thrift stores sell them, and I know that you could probably find some of those at bins hauls in bins. Some of the hauls that I watch from other people, they do find vintage purses at bins. So keep an eye out for that, guys. Maybe do some research on some of the brands. And if you run into them at the thrift store or at the bins, pick them up and snag them up, guys. Especially if they're bins pieces and they're good condition. You got a great, great profit right there, right? Dresses. Now, they did mention a specific brand, which did not look familiar to me. But I know even though we're not in the spring and summer season anymore, I do think that a lot of women still wear dresses, maxi dresses, workwear dresses, evening dresses, especially with the holiday parties coming up, full-length dresses, short dresses, mini dresses, all dresses. Make sure you keep in mind your cog, run your comps. But dresses, I don't think are going to go out of style during the season coming up. You got prom dresses, homecoming dresses, all those things, guys. So dresses are definitely, if you like selling dresses, depending on what types of dresses you look for, keep an eye out for them, guys. Especially, again, going to the bins. You're getting them super, super inexpensive. Okay, guys, this one doesn't surprise me. Chunky sweaters are really going right now. It's a big fad. Chunky sweaters is one of the things that they mentioned as far as items that are definitely trending right now. And again, that does not surprise me. Again, I'm already selling sweaters, and not men's, women's too. I just sold an Eileen Fisher sweater this morning. Super excited about that. So chunky sweaters, cardigan sweaters, I'm sure they didn't have that in there. Pullover sweaters, V-neck sweaters, all sweaters, guys. Whether they're cashmere, wool, regular sweaters, cardigans, all of those, guys. Keep an eye out on all of that. As always, double check your comps, double check your cogs. Booties. You guys are going to the fall season. Booties, snow boots, all those things. Keep an eye on your comps. Keep an eye on your cog. Let me see. High top shoes are really trending right now. They specified Converse sneaker high top shoes. So high top shoes, Converse sneakers, and anything else that's high top shoes, of course, check your comps. But high top shoes, they said, are really trending right now. Going to fall season between boots and high top shoes, that really doesn't surprise me. Between boots and high top shoes, people love wearing like the Whether it's the skinny jeans, which I do think have kind of faded out a little bit. Definitely see more wide leg and boot cut jeans, guys. Um, but not everybody likes them. Different people don't like boot cuts, so they definitely still stick with skinny. So the high top and boots doesn't surprise me because people like wearing the skinny jeans with the high top Converse sneakers, which is a really cute outfit. If you got a great little top or cute little sweater going on with it, or little ankle boots. Just great trends for now, right now, guys. And then the last one that I noticed was down vests. They mentioned are really trending right now, which again didn't surprise me going to fall season. And vests are such a great transition piece, guys. Before you hit the really cold season, people wear sweaters or cute tops, maybe plaid shirts, and they want to put a little vest on top of it to have a little bit of warm, comfy before you hit the actual coat season. They just want a little something because not everybody likes the same layer pieces. Some people like cardigans, some people like sweatshirts, some people like vests. It really just depends on your personality, what style of what style of outfit you're putting together. So there's different personalities, different people like different things for layering pieces. So have a versatility of that in your closet for whatever people are looking for. Okay, guys? So yeah. Okay, guys. And then one of the last things I want to talk about before we go here, thankfully it's not too long, it's only 36 minutes, so that's good, is offers to likers, guys. And the reason why I brought this up is I was watching a video about offers to likers and strategies in this. I would love to know, I'm actually going to be trying this myself, starting tomorrow. I'm going to be trying this myself, where y'all know that I price my items higher. Because I'm one of those people that I like to offer nice discounts on my items. I don't price my items right at what's selling because I'm always running sales and always doing offers. I used to only do like a 10% offer, guys, but I think that season is gone. I'm not saying it doesn't work because sometimes people still do 10% offers on their items and they do well with it. When I first started selling at Poshmark, I could send a 10% off offer and somebody would snatch the offer up right away. I've tested it out, guys. I've tested out so many different types of offers through my Posh VA, and I am definitely finding that 10 and 15% offers, people just don't take them. Now, when I do 20% offers, sometimes they get taken. 25% offers for sure. When I do 30% offers, definitely get more interest in those types of offers. When I do 30% on eBay, I definitely make better sales. So I am pricing higher even than the selling cog, because I want to be able to offer sales. And I'm not the only seller that does this. I know somebody else who sells on eBay, and she does very well with her COGS. She's very similar to me. She keeps her COGS really low, whether it's hard goods or clothing. She sells all kinds of things on eBay. She sells everything. She's a long-term seller, so she holds on to it and sells. That's just the way her thing works. But she sells where she lists really high, and then she does a regular 30% off on eBay on a really constant basis. And then sometimes she does a 50% off. But she lists her items high. So then when she does those discounts, she's still selling her item within the sold price range of the comps. Does that make sense? That's what I do. I list high and then I do sales. I'm kind of switching to doing that on Poshmark too, guys. I think the idea of doing a 10% offer on Poshmark is kind of out the window. And my reason for saying that is because so many people, because of the economy right now, are looking for a really good deal. And mentally, when you're selling and you're offering a 30% off versus a 10% off, they're thinking, wow, 30% off, no matter what platform you're selling on, they're thinking they're getting a really great deal. It's a mental thing, right? Plus, something that somebody said in a video I watched today, she said, when you're going higher and your percentage off, they're thinking, oh my goodness, 30% off. I want to grab that before somebody else does. That's such a great deal. Or 40% off or 50% off. Oh my gosh, but a great percentage off on this piece. You still are selling your item to where you're at least doubling your COG, or at least your COG plus like half or double on your COG. So when I'm doing this, I'm always making sure I'm making a profit according to my business model. Now my business model, depending if the piece is like a lower end piece, like something I'm probably not going to sell for like maybe $15 or $20, then I'm probably going to sell it depending on what my COG was, my COG plus maybe half up to a double. But a lot of my pieces, because of my COG and how I can list them, I'm sometimes doubling or tripling my money or more on a piece. I've had some items sell lately where I'm 3 timesing my money on my items because the kind of item it is and because I got the COG low enough. So I like to build, I like to be able to do it where I'm offering 30 or 40 or maybe even 50% off on an item, guys. But my selling price on the item by the time they buy it is still within the COG range of sold comps. Does that make sense? So I'm going to be testing this out, not just on eBay, but on Poshmark. I'm going to be bumping up my price listings so that I can offer higher discounts because I think people are looking for big deals on their items. And I want to test this out to see if it'll work. She said that when she started doing this, she's making more sales now because she is offering a higher offer off on the item, still making money on her item, but because she's offering 30, 40, and 50% off on her items, she is selling more and she's making more offers more frequently. Now, I don't want to steal her thunder on all that. I may actually do a video on that later if this works for me. And apparently, this is called the waterfall effect. People used to strategize this way on Poshmark before. Actually, used to be a Poshmark strategy of offers to likers where you did a waterfall effect where you started out offering 20% off first, then you offered 30% off, then you offered 40 or maybe 50% off. Because on Poshmark, if you make an offer, and then you make another offer on that same item, it has to be 10% or more off the previous offer. Okay? So that's how she's doing that on Poshmark. She only sells on Poshmark, the gal that I watched this video on. But you can do this on eBay too, guys. You can do this on eBay too. Only on eBay, I would do it differently. On Poshmark, instead of doing it throughout the month, she's now doing it throughout the week. And she's making more sales per week instead of just throughout the month. So I want to try this. I want to know if you guys do this too. Do you do the waterfall effect on your offers to likers on your item, slowly offering more of an offer during the week or during the month to make more sales? I would love to know if you guys do that. I haven't really been doing this. I've been sending out one offer and just letting it be. If they accept the offer, great. If not, great. But she's saying people are missing out on a lot of opportunity for sales because they're not doing the waterfall effect of offering offers, more and more discount offers on an item until it sells. And she said it's just been amazing how many more sales she's making on Poshmark. I would love to know in the comments below, have you guys done this strategy before? Honestly, I haven't heard anybody talking about the strategy and offers to likers on any YouTube videos. She's the first person. And she said that, now, I'm kind of new to Poshmark. I've only been on Poshmark for about a year and a half. She said that this is they used to integrate this into Poshmark strategies for reselling. Long time ago, people used to do the waterfall effect. But again, this is my first time ever in a video seeing this. And somebody actually commented in her comments below about, oh, this is not new. She said, I didn't say it was new. She said, I'm trying this out. Then she said that this is something that Poshmark used to teach a long time ago. So I was kind of surprised reading that note in her Poshmark comments. If this is something that Poshmark used to teach a long time ago, one of the reasons why, again, when you make an offer on Poshmark, the next offer you make on the item has to be 10% or more, because that's how Poshmark integrates their offers. If people used to do this with Poshmark a long time ago, why did people stop doing that? I'm curious, as a reseller who's only been around for a year and a half. Well, I've been around for about 2.5 years, but really consistently about a year and a half. I've never heard of this before. I've seen people strategize and do certain offers, you go into the Poshmark VA and offer a 30% off once a month or something like that. But never the waterfall effect where you offer automatically 20% off as soon as the offer comes out. And then a few days later, you offer a 30%. A few days later, you offer 40%, hoping to get more items. Now, somebody did comment down in the comments under her YouTube video that as a buyer, they don't like being harassed with different offers. And other people commented after somebody said that, you already know how Poshmark works, that you're going to get an offer. As a reseller, people send out offers. If you don't want offers like that, don't like the item, because Poshmark works that way. If you like something, you're going to get an offer on the item. And then somebody else commented in that comment about that comment that somebody said they don't like being sent a bunch of offers on an item. Somebody said, so you're telling me that you liked an item at Poshmark and somebody is sending you multiple different offers, increasing the amount that the amount of offers, so that you're paying less than each offer and you don't like the opportunity of getting an item at a cheaper price? the person was like, that surprises me that you don't like having offers on an item that you liked like that. And then other people below that comment were like, oh my gosh, yeah, I like those offers. So I know some people say that it's like, oh my gosh, you're throwing so many offers out. But some people have been saying that they're trying the strategy and it's working. And other people are saying, I like when people send me offers on an item. And if I don't want the offer, I just ignore it. And other people are saying, I like when I get offers on items because, yeah, I want a great deal on a piece that I like. So I'm curious your thoughts on this. I'm going to be trying this, guys, because I've never done this before. And I would definitely like to be making more sales on Poshmark. And if this waterfall strategy works, definitely going to be trying this more on eBay too. And I might even try it on Mercari because I do sell on Mercari. And I might try to find a way to integrate this in Depop, but that's not too much of a worry for me. Yeah, I'm selling in Depop now too, guys. That is an update too. Okay, guys, this has been 45 minutes. Tell me in the comments below anything we talked about today, whether it's kids clothes, if you're interested in kids pieces, or do you sell kids clothes? Aggressive offers that we just talked about, trending brands. If there are trending brands that you know of right now that I did not list today, please feel free to drop them down in the comments, guys. I want to learn from brands that you guys know are selling well too, because I know there are things that Poshmark probably didn't have in their list that are doing well too. So please feel free to drop any of that down below, and tell me what you think. And tell me what you think about my idea of, in the future, a YouTube video separate from this one where I talk about how I make my own stuff in my workouts and how I eat, the recipes that I make. If you're interested in anything like that, let me know. Guys, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for being here. I always enjoy sharing this journey with y'all. Please do give this video a thumbs up. If any of this content was a benefit to you, I hope this video wasn't too long for y'all. I try not to make them too long because I know sometimes they do get kind of long and I apologize. But I felt like there was a lot to cover today. We will see you in a couple weeks for our next reseller chat. And guys, I do have some unboxings coming up. Really great brands, guys. And I have a what so video coming out. I'm going to be putting that out here in a couple days. I'm going to be working on that. So lots of great things coming up, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.